Okay, the Wi-Fi in the restaurant that I'm in, I went onto their server and it didn't work, so I'm back. So we have an opportunity right now to be in a space of shedding belief systems, ways of being, practices that we have embodied that are just habits. Maybe habits of overthinking, maybe habits of judging yourself, maybe habits of believing in things that aren't in alignment with nature. And so the work that we get to do right now is to bring ourselves into alignment. And the question is, how are you doing that? Are you being responsible for yourself? Are you disciplined? Are you seeing yourself as the creator of your life? Are you seeing that your life is your creation? This is the thing that I feel like, that I watch myself even sort of struggle with. Not understanding that every thought is a directive to the universe. Every thought you think, especially repetitive thoughts, become directives, become information that you're saying, I want to experience this, if you're thinking about it. And so that's why I take myself into solitude, because my mind can focus on other people's, because I'm a coach, right? So I will think about people and what they need and what's going on with them and how can I support them and what do I see? And that's my energy going to them. And I'm doing the work now to bring my energy out of my head and into my body, because the embodiment is the key. And most of us as women especially are in our heads. We're not in our bodies. We're actually in our heads. We're functioning through a more masculine external lens, which is what we can see, what we've been told, the information that we've gotten from externally, rather than what's happening inside of you. So it's being in an experience and being like, oh, I don't like this really. Like yesterday I went to the Korean spa and I had a massage, and this morning my body said to me, you didn't like that massage. But while I was in it, I felt like I could feel my head thinking like, oh, this isn't right, but I literally was talking myself out of it. I was like, well, you've already paid for this. You've already told her you want this. And then this morning I'm in the shower. My body's like, you didn't like that. And I'm like, I didn't like it. But typically I would have just denied it or stepped over it. Even though I allowed her to continue, I acknowledged how I'm feeling. Most times I might not acknowledge it. I'll just push it aside. Thank you. I'll just push it aside to keep the peace. But now I know when I go get another one of these massages, I won't go to this woman. I didn't enjoy it. It's as simple as that. No big deal. I just didn't enjoy it. And so what's the pattern that I am interrupting? I am interrupting the pattern of keeping the peace. And so, keeping the peace at my expense. I'm interrupting that pattern. Why? Because Mercury is retrograde in Leo. And Mercury in Leo is about your creative self-expression. Yesterday, my creative self-expression was like, I don't like this. And I didn't honor it in the moment, but today I am honoring it. So now it doesn't matter when you do it, it just matters that you do it. And so with the sun in Leo, and this nodal energy, what we're being asked to do is to shed these patterns of sublimating ourselves. It's not like I did that. No one did that to me. And we have a responsibility to take care of ourselves. to not assume that people know what we're thinking, know what we want, and most of the thing is that most of us don't know what we want. Most of us don't really know what we want. What we want has been taken over by the conditions of the culture. So we want money because we think that that's what the culture values. We want all the things that we want are things that have been implanted inside of us and that are not our natural desires. So this is why you have to get clear about what you really want. Because in doing so, you align to your frequency that your soul agreed to, and the things that you want are already in storage for you to have. You just have to align to be able to receive them. And if you are in a story that what you want is old programming, ancestral codes that are outdated, religious, right? If that stuff is the thing that you really want and you haven't cleared out your own consciousness to be aligned with your truth, your reality, you will continue to stay stuck. You will continue to stay stuck in the ways that really matter. I've been doing this work for years, right? And for years, it was such a unique perspective to live by that I could access power from it. But now that it's becoming more mainstream to live this way, I'm seeing that I have to get true to my absolute code, my frequency, because nobody can have what you can have. Nobody can have what's for you. But you can't have it either if you are not yourself. If you are not your true self, you can't have what's for you. And so what I discovered over the years was that any place I was compromising, any place I was not being in integrity with who I really am, my life started to suffer. My life started to break down. And that has been an interesting experience. So, right now, while the sun is in Leo at the 4th degree, what were your childhood desires? Like, who were you before you started to conform, before you started adjusting yourself? Now, your ego is not going to just pull this up. You got to do meditation for this. You got to put yourself in environments where you feel safe enough to access this kind of energy. I know I have been in environments with people who say one thing but then behave a different way. Like, let me say this right now. We're coming out of the dark ages. Because we're coming out of the dark ages, we're coming out of the Kali Yuga. There is a 300-year period between the Kali Yuga and the next age, you guys. So in your mind, you're like, 300 years, I'm not going to be here. That's not necessarily true because we reincarnate. But even if it's the truth, if you can access your consciousness to the golden age, you can experience the golden age now. Because everything exists here. Everything exists here. So basically in 300 years, the whole planet will be in the golden age. But right now, if you want to be in the golden age, you can be in the golden age. But you got to do the work to get yourself there in your consciousness. You cannot just expect that it's going to happen. You have to create it inside of you by holding yourself accountable, by being disciplined, by being in integrity, by taking responsibility, by doing the work, the practices to hold your consciousness in a new frequency where you're holding more light. It doesn't just happen by, it's magical, but you have to want it. You have to know that you deserve it. You have to create the environment to be able to receive it. You have to create the environment in your mind, in your body to be able to receive it. For me, that has meant letting go of every motherfucker in my life. Literally, all of them had to go. Every single one of them had to go at one point. Maybe not all at the same time, but at one point, because I had everybody else's stories in my head. I was thinking about what everybody else needs and how everybody else is doing, because that was what my childhood programmed me to do. It programmed me to take care of others so that I would be safe. So I had to clean that up. That had to go, along with a ton of other things that had to go. And my sincerity, my deep desire to be in this fulfillment of myself, calls in the universe, and the universe then brings to me what I need to be in the fulfillment. So for instance, I started dreaming about cats years ago, and I didn't know that the cats were what I needed. I didn't know that the cats were what I needed, but I started dreaming about them. I was allergic to cats at the time. I listened, I got the cats, my allergies healed, and the cats made it so that nobody could come to my house because everybody had cat allergies. And what cat allergies mean is that you're afraid of your power. That's what cat allergies are. They are a fear of power. So I had to get rid of everybody in my life who had a fear of their power. Then I had to face the part of myself that had a fear of my power and heal it so that I could truly be who I am and stop overgiving. You see what I'm saying? It's this lovely dance that occurs, and it's in your real-time experience. It's in your internal world. It's in your external world. It's in your emotions. But you cannot, in a fractured state, which most of us are, you're not going to be able to live in your integrity, because the fractured state will have you thinking, oh, I need more money to do this. I need a man. I need them to change. The fractured state will tell you that you need something externally to shift before you can be in alignment with yourself. And that lets you know that you're out of alignment. That you think something external has to change in order for you to be who you are gives you the information that you're out of alignment. All right, you all. So, I don't know if the other video got trashed or not, but on August 10th, gosh, we're having our first event. I have so much emotion around it. I really do. We're having our first live event on August 10th. I will be posting the flyer soon. If you are local in Los Angeles, the seats are limited. I probably will have, at the most, maybe 25 seats for this live event. And so if you want to come, I would love for you to be here if you're local. If you send me a private message, I can give you the information. All right, y'all. It's going to be on August 10th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be an incredible, magical experience for women. And I'm so very excited and so very proud of my community, proud of the work that we're doing, because the work that we're doing is devoted, consistent work that really is helping people open up into their magic and power in very real, tangible ways. And that is something that I am deeply proud of. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.